2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Sacramento, where the Kings will be going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking a look at the Lakers, they're the better team overall, but on hostile ground, this game could be close. We'll see if they can seize the opportunity and steal one on the road. And tonight we have two up-and-coming teams. Lots of talent, but also a lot of inexperience. Shaq, the youngsters looking forward to this battle. How do they keep their emotions in check?
Well, emotions can be positive, Ernie, if you play under control. Because if you get out of control and start doing crazy stuff, it just goes crazy. But both coaches will work hard to keep their players focused.
You got to stop that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's fun to watch the future of the league. And I want to see which guy separates himself and says, I'm going to be a dominant player in this league. A dominant player. That's why I love this.
If you do that again, I'm going to have to put my fist down.
Does nothing, Ernie.
Whoa.
Does nothing.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. And it's been home cooking for the Kings in the midst of a homestand here in Sacramento. Looking at their performance last year, they're about where you'd expect them to be, guys. They'd like to take that next step in a positive direction here, Steve, with a win.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
Yeah, some of the fellas will say, this is just like any other game, but the truth is, nah, it isn't.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, I never thought about it until I hurt my back. Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, I realized that I liked that side of the game. And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And a conference rivalry renewed tonight. This one could get a little chippy, Chris.
The games like this always have a little bit of extra meaning on both sides, especially for the fans. You can see that look of intensity in their eyes.
So Sacramento will get the first possession. And now the Lakers starting group. The big men are Nance and Lopez. The lengthy pair of KCP and Ingram on the wings. And it's Ball in at the one spot. Hield dishes to Carter. Shoots over Ingram. And it's Carter missing. On defense, Sacramento, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And it could have been a lot closer than it was down the stretch, though. They were terrific.
Yeah, but once it got to crunch time, they turned up the pressure, controlling things the rest of the way.
Now here is Carter, following the miss by Brook Lopez. Carter, the pass to Labissiere. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cauley Stein. Out to Carter, fires the three. And once again off the mark by Sacramento.
He's clanking everything to start this game.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Ingram. Lets it go with the three. And the three ball is good. Ingram's got his first 3 points of the game.
Three-point range from his days at Duke. Ingram shoots with range.
Now here's Hield. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Fox kicks to Cauley-Stein. That's tipped. Stolen by Ball. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way.
Yeah, and Ball jumps all over the defense, especially when they give him a lane to the basket. Outstanding at forcing the issue. And, you know, so often we hear about a player coming out as an elite athlete, but Lonzo Ball is an elite basketball brain. I mean, this guy sees everything on the court, a terrific passer, but more importantly, he's a guy that players like playing with. He really approaches the game like a 10-year vet.
He misses the free throw.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
He hits the second from the line. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Labissiere, and the shot is long. And with Lonzo Ball, you've heard all the comparisons to Jason Kidd as how he plays and views things as if it's a chess match. Greg, pretty good company to be in.
I tell you, that just shows the lofty expectations Ball has been saddled with, and he's the ultimate team player and plays to win. There are questions about his game, but what I always say is the fact that the players he plays with tend to play their best basketball, which I think is a reflection of his game.
And he can't get the first one. And the Lakers have picked second in the draft now for 3 consecutive years. Out of all the players they've acquired, Chris, who do you think has the chance to be the best, Ingram or Ball?
Well, I definitely like Ingram. I think his upside, his potential, his athletic ability. He's wiry. They played him a little at point last year. His rookie season wasn't dominant, but that doesn't mean anything. I really like his game. But I really like Lonzo Ball. I think he brings that talent and leadership. I think he has the talent to become that franchise player. Forget what I think. Magic thinks that.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And Nance kicks to Caldwell Pope. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. He lobs it up. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Getting theirs before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
And here is Ball. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Yeah, and Ball, a transcendent talent, I think has a real skill for finding his teammates when they have those good looks at the rim.
Now, here's Fox. Pass to Labissiere. Heel dishes to Carter. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. Labissiere inside, working on Nance. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Los Angeles leading by 3. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Caldwell Pope on the wing. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Here's Labissiere. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The Lakers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Nance passes the ball. Nance a screen. Ingram kicks to Nance. And the layup's good off the glass. Nance has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Love the tenacity. That's money in tight against the pressure.
Lopez with the steal. Ball with it. Now guarded by Fox. Feeds to Lopez. He kicks it to Ball. Nance a screen. Ball dishes to Caldwell Pope. Here's Ingram. His three-pointers off the mark. The Kings trail by 3. The 17-footer. But he stays with it. Here's Hield using his post move to get the 2 points.
I like how Hield gets solid positioning inside. A terrific score close to the basket.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Now here's Ball. Lopez a screen. Ball, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Ingram. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Ingram's got 5 points so far. And for Sacramento, they're shooting a pretty distressing 27% here in the early minutes. Fox kicks to Hield. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
Ball dishes to Caldwell Pope. Nance a screen on Fox. Lopez left side. From 11 feet away. Tries again. Nance, no good. The Kings trailing. Carter drives in.
And you know Carter is taking off on the drive. When he has a head of steam like that, he's looking to tear off the rim.
Now here's Ball. Caldwell Pope outside. Out of bounds. Sacramento will take possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for Sacramento.
And they took a balanced approach for the most part. They didn't get caught up in any one aspect of the game. They got their points all over the floor.
Here's Fox, and he really played well against Denver. Here's Hield. Good D by Lopez.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Now here is Carter. Tight defense on him. Fox kicks to Cauley Stein. Rebounded by the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
They would look like they had to figure it out and take a couple bad shots and be right back to where they started. The floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Here's Carter. Another shot, and it's laid in by Labissiere.
Oh, and just look at Labissiere, just staying after it and creating additional opportunities for his team.
Ball, the pass to Nance. Now the dish to Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. The feed to Lopez. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Cauley Stein's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Hield gets it to go on the assist from Labissiere. And now a 3-point Sacramento lead. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Well, as a Michigan man, Chris, we know you're always following Big Ten action. Who are your favorite players out of the Big Ten currently playing in the NBA?
Man, I don't know if I'll be able to go home after this, but I love Mike Conley. And
You'd be in trouble, I know.
Oh, man, I love his game. I love everything about him. His father, he comes from an athletic family. I just hate the fact that he's a Buckeye. But he's one of my favorites. And, of course, you know, you got to look at a kid named Tim Hardaway Jr. and Glenn Robinson III, dunk contest winner. Now, those guys went to a pretty good university in the Big Ten. So
they did.
There's a lot of not a great talent coming out of the Big Ten.
Can I mention a couple others like Draymond Green from just down the road in Ann Arbor, who played in East Lansing? Can I talk about him?
I love Draymond. When he was growing up, watching him play in Michigan in high school, I always knew he was going to be a great talent. So, yeah, even though he wore the green and white in college, still a big fan of his, too. I think the Big Ten is definitely representing well in the NBA.
The Sacramento Kings had waffled for so long with what to do with DeMarcus Cousins, but last season, Chris, they bit the bullet, made the trade with New Orleans. Now in a full-on rebuild mode here, but they feel a very nice young core to work with.
Well, the Kings look good as far as in their rebuilding mode. It's a good spot heading forward now. I mean, they're getting Fox and adding Jackson, and, you know, Hill looks to be strong, and the Kings seem to be headed in a good direction.
First one falls for him. Jackson hits both of them. Well, one thing that Dave Yeager has provided in Sacramento, Chris, is a connection to the core members of the team.
Yeah, and having your star player believe in Coach Yeager and vice versa makes life a lot easier for this team. You can't get very far with infighting between coaches and players. That's something the Kings have battled even before Yeager's tenure.
Here's Mason. Rebound collected by Clarkson.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Kuzma. And it's off from three-point range. Sacramento leading by 5. Mason kicks to Papagiannis. Randolph dishes to Bogdanovich. Connects from three-point range. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'll probably see more arguments on those illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call, but guys never think they're removed.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Lakers trail by 10. Hart the pass to Randall. Here's Hart. Picked by Randall. Here's Clarkson. No good, unable to end this run. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Mason kicks to Randall. Here's Jackson, and he banks in the layup. And now a 12-point Sacramento lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And Luke Walton, the Lakers' 6th head coach in the last 6 seasons, counting interims. I think they're going to be patient with him, though, as he rebuilds.
I hope so. I mean, the fact that he's a familiar face, a SoCal native, and a former Laker helps buy patience from the fans. Also, his deal is guaranteed through 2020. They need to give him a chance.
And here we can check out the story on Julius Randle. How last month turned out for him, averaging about 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
Sacramento leading by 12. Mason for 3. Here's Papagiannis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. Chris, I know that when you go through a season, there are certain matchups that you love and certain ones that you don't. When you were playing, which other power forwards did you just dread, just did not like going up against?
Well, Kevin, I would kind of change that and say dread to me was love, meaning that I dreaded and I loved to go up against Tim Duncan because you knew you had to be prepared that night. I loved and I dreaded going up against KG. You know, I played in the era where in 1 week I could have played against Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon. This is all on the West Coast. So for me, you know, I dreaded the Western Conference, but what's so good about it is that you just have to be prepared, and you can't dread the NBA. It's like you grew up wanting to play against the best players in life, and so I really love the fact that I had to be my best every night, or you're going to get embarrassed in the league. So it was every power forward.
Never an off night, was there, Chris?
Never an off night, and you know, so I can't say I dreaded Karl Malone over Barkley or Olajuwon over David Robinson or Tim Duncan over KG. It's just like, hey man, you got to put your big boy pants on, get ready, and go to work, baby. Put your hard hat on.
Clock at 2. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Kings leading now by 13. Here's Jackson. Randall grabs the board. 1:37 left to play in the first quarter.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Oh, you're exactly right. It's simple arithmetic. More boards means more possessions, means more opportunities to score. Simple arithmetic.
And the pass to Hart. Shoots from the corner. That's good on the jump shot. Hart's got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, he's only going to hit that shot about 1 out of 10 times.
Mason kicks to Papagiannis. There's a good screen. Bogdanovich dishes to Randolph. Over Randall. Misses off the right iron.
Hey, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
It's tipped. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Mason. And the rejection by Zubac. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. And Randall throws it down.
You see the good speed, especially for a power forward. Randall making plays in transition.
Mason kicks to Papagiannis. To the middle. Stolen by Clarkson. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Down low. Zubac the pass to Hart. Shot clock at 5. Passes it to Kuzma. Fades. He's off on that one. And so it's the Sacramento Kings in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
Well, obviously that was the game plan coming in. Be physical right off the rip.
Lakers trail by 9. So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. Clarkson is out there with Hart. Then it's Julius Randle. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Kuzma in at the 3 spot. And for Sacramento, they're shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. And Bogdanovich kicks to Papagiannis. He feeds it to Mason. Got a piece of it. Here's Hart. Clarkson with the ball. Here's Zubac. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Well, he just exploited the size mismatch, and he's getting easy looks tonight.
And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
One shot.
Well, Chris, NBA players will go around to every arena at least once in a season. Does each arena have its own feel and look? And how does that impact players when they play on the floor? A depth perception from the basket to the last row. They've told me that every building feels different. Is that true?
Yeah, every building does feel different, but because every player is different, you know, it just depends on which guy and which arena. You know, I used to love Portland because it was dark in Portland and it felt warm in there. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really even explain that well, but I used to love playing in Portland. And I know some guys that have an arena that is bright, or they just love getting there, or maybe they just love that city. So a lot of times, I tell you what arena I really loved, and it was the first time I went to Boston Garden, because I just sat and I stretched on the floor, probably for the longest of any game, because I sat there and I touched the parquet floor and I got to look up at all the banners, and I, you know, kind of reading the banners there and who played there and what year they won, and tried to remember that team. And so in some arenas it's just special because who's performed there, who's been there before you, and so every arena has a different feel.
That's a great answer. And the Kings making a change here. Fox is checked in. And the free throw, no good.
And how about the 46th pick back in the 14 draft? Jordan Clarkson has certainly exceeded expectations thus far in his career. An athletic combo guard, he's really succeeded playing at both the 1 and 2.
And Greg, Jordan Clarkson, he has an offensive game, doesn't he?
He's able to shoot with range, and he can attack off the bounce as well. I think that enables him to kind of play on or off the ball. And I think he has a chance to be a really good two-way player in our league.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And well, last season for the Kings, they were in the hunt for a good stretch there early on, but kind of fell out of playoff contention and finally decided to pull the trigger and trade DeMarcus Cousins. It marked a major direction change that this team, I think, wanted to make.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And the Cousins deal, Greg, has really been examined, but what is clear is that the Kings wanted to get younger and start rebuilding.
And you can argue if the trade was the right move or not, but management felt it was. The team's thinking was they wanted to change the atmosphere of the locker room, fully committed to bringing in youth and doing things from the ground up.
Here's Fox after the basket by the Lakers. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. The Lakers second.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
No good on that one.
Well, the Lakers are enduring the worst 5-year stretch in the franchise's history. They missed the playoffs in consecutive seasons only once, and that was back in the mid-'70s. Last season, their 4th straight in the lottery.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Labissiere is checked in for Yorgos Papagiannis. Carter comes in for Jackson, and Hield subbed in for Bogdanovich. And he sinks the second. And the Lakers have always considered themselves a championship or bust type of franchise.
Well, that mentality runs up against the reality of their situation. I mean, they seem to have accelerated the process with some draft fortune and free agent signings. I mean, especially with Magic coming back, you know the magic is back. This upcoming offseason will be a big one for them.
And here is Fox, following the three-pointer from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Labissiere in the corner. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The Lakers trail. Ingram kicks the ball. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
I'm a fan of how Ball uses that size inside. Excellent at getting his shot off close to the basket.
Now here's Hield. A 26-point game for him in the win against Denver. Here's Randolph, and it's sent back by Lopez. Dishes it to Ingram. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Defensively, they could have done better. That's an open look he'd like to have back.
Fox passes to Randolph. And it's out of bounds. That was touched by Nance.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Nance. He's putting up 9 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Ball kicks to Nance. He dishes it to Ball. Nance a screen. Pass to Ingram. Nance down low. Defended by Labissiere.
Just phenomenal timing on the block. Labissiere leaping up for the forceful rejection.
Yep, that one goes. And it's a 3-point Sacramento lead.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Ball dishes to Ingram. 16 feet away. And that one comes up a bit short.
Something affected him on that shot, and it wasn't the defense.
Yep, it counts. 6 points for Vince Carter. Lakers trail by 5. Ball kicks to Nance. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Lopez. Over Cauley Stein. And there's the 3-second violation.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Cauley Stein. 11th in field goal percentage. 13th in blocks, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And as you mentioned, one of the more efficient scorers in pro basketball. He challenges defenders with his bravado, and more often than not, he prevails. Got a piece of it. And Carter has it in the corner. Drops in the tray. Carter's got 5 points now this quarter.
Fruitful possession, just doing what they can to extend the lead.
And that's what you have to do. Stay in the moment. Keep grinding.
To the middle. Caldwell Pope passes the ball. Here's Lopez. Nance dishes the ball. Nance outside. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. And the Lakers with another miss.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at Los Angeles. I know they would have liked a better start, but they're 10th in the conference right now. And, of course, Sacramento, a half game back.
And checking out Sacramento, with the start they've had, they've taken what was such a hopeful preseason and turned the mood sour.
Yeah, but we all know it's completely different going from the preseason to the regular season. They aren't the same. But it's still disappointing considering how well they played in the preseason and how poorly they have performed to start this season.
Here's Cauley Stein, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And one of the side effects of the Cousins trade was it did open up more playing time for Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, immediately he was able to step in and fill those minutes and became a much larger part of their offense.
The first free throw is good. Hey, Greg, when Cauley Stein got those extra minutes after the Cousins deal, you could see a change in his play. Much more aggressive, much more confident.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it just takes a clear path to minutes to change a player. Cauley Stein had been getting better and better before the trade, Having the team believe he could step in was a huge boost in his confidence and his play.
And so he hits both. And Chris, still early in the season, is the pecking order of teams still up in the air, or is it starting for you to lock in?
Well, it starts to lock in for a couple of teams. Those teams that you see start off with those good records, 9-1, 10-2. Those elite teams that you see on each coast that kind of have their own mission. For everyone else, it's a little bit different. The pecking order, the fighting now, the jockeying really starts to get into right now. So that first 20 games, you establish who you are, your identity, and then the next 20, you're fighting to continue to keep that identity or improve it. So don't worry about wins and losses. Those other teams are going to separate, but can you just stay in the middle of the pack and improve and hopefully make your move when the playoffs come?
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Now here's Ball. He's got 5. Feeds it to Ingram. There's the triple. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Now Fox. Coley Stein a screen. Shot by Hield, nobody around. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Lopez, no luck.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Lakers trail by 7. Here's Ingram, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
Ingram spotting up and showing that touch made him the 2nd overall pick in 2016.
Hield kicks to Fox. Now here's Hield. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Buddy Hield, the main part of the package that came back to the Kings in the Cousins trade. Hield was a player the Kings have been interested in for a while. Ownership targeted him specifically in the Cousins trade.
First free throw is good. And Chris, with Hield, part of why this team was so intent on getting him was because they love how he can develop as a scorer.
Oh, yeah, and to be clear, he can't replace Cousins with his production, and the team knows that. They wanted a perimeter scorer to transition and build around. They got their man in Hield.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count.
And here is Ball. 5 points in the game. Caldwell Pope on the wing. He kicks it to Lopez. Clock at 6. Back to Caldwell Pope. With the floater, it's deflected, and he gets it back. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Mason, he checked in for Fox. And the Lakers also making a switch. Hart, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Sacramento leading by 7. Hield kicks to Coley Stein. Good D by Lopez.
The D doing everything they can to cut him off on his way to the hoop.
It's Ingram on the wing. Over Carter. And it's Ingram missing.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Here's Mason. Here's Labissiere, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Oh, and these close shots are the one Labissiere makes consistently, almost unblockable, given his height and length.
Nance, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
And that's really just smart basketball. You send a poor foul shooter to the line.
For Los Angeles, they have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Nance.
Well, the Kings is a team that is in desperate need to get to the postseason. Second longest playoff drop in the league. Just can't seem to build any momentum.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Yorgos Papagiannis is checked in for Skal Labissiere, and it's Jackson in for Carter. That one misses. And with the Kings, the playoffs something they're working towards. Haven't had a postseason basketball team in Sacramento since 2006.
Well, there's a lot of reasons as to why that is the case, but consistency is definitely one of them. The team has had so many coaches come in and out recently. Players know their #1 goal each season is to make the playoffs when you have a good coach around, but if not, it turns into every man for himself.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
But that's all about going back to the fundamentals. Defensive rebounding, you got to have it, especially when you're getting waxed.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Heel. Kuzma passes to Zubac. Randall kicks to Clarkson. Here's the pass to Kuzma. He tries for three. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Shot's good from Mason.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Clarkson kicks to Zubac. Picked by Randall. Zubac, the pass to Randall. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Randall's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, great presence inside the painted area. This is where Randall's most effective.
Mason dishes to Cauley-Stein. And there's the feed to Mason. Poke loose. Left block shot on the way. And the Kings check on two more. A minute 42 left here in the second. Lakers trail by 12. There's the pick. Clarkson kicks to Zubac. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, as a big fella, that's the thing, Greg. You got to be quick in setting those screens. If you get a little lazy, you get called for it.
Pass to Papagiannis. There's Jackson with the three. The shot missing. And the Lakers going the other way now. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. The dish to Clarkson. Pass to Zubac. Randall kicks to Clarkson. Cauley-Stein against Randall. Pass to Hart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. With some arc, and it's good on the way in. Hart's got 9 points.
Well, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
There's a good screen. And Cauley-Stein has it in the corner. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Willie Cauley-Stein out of Kentucky, a player who many thought would eventually become a big-time center in the league, was taken 6th overall in 2015. That surprised some people, but he has had a hard time finding his place in this NBA.
Well, for Cauley-Stein, some of it has been opportunity, but also just consistency. You know, he's shown some flashes of greatness for moments, but he rarely puts together a stretch of those big games.
And that one falls for Cauley-Stein.
And didn't shoot it all that well from the line in the first quarter. Doing a much better job now in the second, up over 80%.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, after getting to the stripe in the first quarter, he's definitely been more assertive driving inside.
Clarkson against Mason. Doesn't go for it. Good D by Bogdanovich. Sacramento leading by 12. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Second shot opportunity. Cauley Stein passes to Papagiannis. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Now, here's Clarkson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Chicago. And he connects with the jumper. Clarkson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Never backing down. Clarkson, unafraid to shoot with a hand in his face.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Here with Coach Yeager. Coach, how do you keep control of this game going forward?
Well, we can keep them out of the paint. You can't play like you're up 4 touchdowns. You try to guard the basketball, they put their heads down. You can't be unaggressive. You got to be aggressive.
Coach, we'll see if you can keep up that defensive intensity. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They lead by 10. Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling thy paint. Shaquille.
And over to Kenny, your takeaway on the Lakers.
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
A lot of action around, as always, the Capitol building tonight. We are in Sacramento, and we continue here on 2K Sports. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Really an incredible game from Buddy Hield.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Lakers trail by 10. Hield is the 2 with Carter at the 3. Labissiere and Cauley Stein are the bigs. And it's Fox in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. Now here's Ingram. Over Carter. And it's Ingram missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
The offensive rebound. Cauley Stein dishes to Fox. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Now here's Ingram, defended by Carter. Lopez a screen. Here's Ball. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. Ball's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Lakers. Sacramento leading by 7. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Now here's Fox. He's covered closely. Basket good. Fox has got his second basket of the night.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Now here's Ball. 8 points for him. And Lopez throws it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
Here is Carter. He's got 9. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. Here's Fox, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at 1 speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. Maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense, and at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good.
Well, yeah, some of my best memories were playing for the Kings during the early 2000s. The way we played together, the passing, our ball movement, our system, it was amazing.
Now here's Nance. He's got 5. Here's Caldwell Pope. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Fox with it, now guarded by Ball. They set the pick. The shot by Carter, nobody around. Nailed from three-point land. And Chris, I know many Kings fans are longing for a return to glory. Those teams that you were on, easily the best for Sacramento.
Yeah, it took a lot to turn the organization around. We had to do it from the locker room and kind of change the culture there. So it was great to have a guy like Vlade be there with me from the beginning. And he, Jay, Will, Paige. So it was fun starting something, and it's going to be great watching.
Now here's Labissiere. Following the miss by Brook Lopez. No good there off the double clutch. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Nance sets a screen for Caldwell Pope. Ball with a wide open look. He gets it in there. Lopez has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Fox. He has 5. Labissiere in the corner. And it's sent back by Lopez. He gets it in there. And that's 12 points for Willie Cauley-Stein. Lakers trail by 9. Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. Dishes it to Ball. Nance a screen. Shot off the screen. Bounces high off the rim and drops. He's got 6.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Fox with it. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Carter kicks to Labissiere. Over Nance. Labissiere, no good. Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. It's Ingram on the wing. Nance a screen. Ingram kicks to Caldwell Pope. No good on the 3.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Hield, the pass to Labissiere. Back to Hield. And Fox has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. For the 3. Hield can't hit. And the foul called on Skal Labissiere. That's his first foul. Sacramento making a switch here. Randolph is checked in. Lakers trail by 7. Now Ball. 8 points for him. Nan's a screen. Launches a three. Ball no good.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Carter kicks to Cauley-Stein. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. 14 points for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
Los Angeles has gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Lopez a screen. Now here's Ingram, defended by Carter. Goes up to the stripe, and it's Ingram missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And Fox gets it to go. And now it's an 11-point Sacramento lead. Here's ball. Los Angeles calls timeout. And Buddy Hield, just one of those players who can hurt you on offense in so many ways, has the shot, but also is comfortable finishing in traffic and at the rim.
Look, when he's going, he can put up big numbers. Hield's ability to find points through different means is why he's a high upside scorer. Great all-around offensive game.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Sacramento making some changes. Papianis comes in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Bogdanovich in for Carter. The Lakers also with a sub. Randall's checked in. Picked by Randall. Back to Caldwell Pope. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Nice, and you can't forget about the bunnies on Caldwell Pope. I mean, this guy is definitely looking to slam it down whenever he gets an opportunity.
Now here's Hield. He's got 11. Here's Papianis. In the corner, Randolph with it. 5 to shoot. That 3 off the mark.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
Here's Caldwell Pope. 10 points for him.
Well, after hitting a couple in the first, he has cooled down a bit here.
And Randolph slams it in.
He's not going to lead the league in dunks, but when Randolph does throw it down, watch out.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's ball. 8 points for him. 13 feet away. They get it back. Ingram kicks to ball. Picked by Randall. Lopez dishes to Caldwell Pope. Feeds to Randall. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Lopez.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you are making life far too easy on them.
On defense, Sacramento kicks it to Clarkson. Here's the screen. Six to shoot. Kuzma passes to Hart. From deep. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Bogdanovich has got 12 points in the game. And here's Clarkson. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Kuzma passes to Hart. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Jackson, he's checked in for the Kings. Mason checks in for Fox. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Mason kicks to Randall. Sacramento moving it around. Here's Papagiannis. Back to Bogdanovich. Over Hart. And the shot falls short this time.
He made up his mind that he was going to try to score through some tough D. He should have thought about looking for his teammates there.
Zubac's no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Mason dishes to Randolph. And he banks in the layup. Randolph's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Clarkson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And the thing about Clarkson, he really plays with an edge, especially once he gets it up inside.
Mason with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. That doesn't go either for Randolph.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
In the corner, it's Clarkson. He dishes it to Randall. There's the pick. Pick by Randall. The pass to Clarkson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Papagiannis has got 8 rebounds in this game. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Lakers setting a record last season for the most losses by 35 points or more in NBA history.
Yeah, fair to say that's not the kind of history you want to set. But Coach Luke Walton is accustomed to being on the winning side of those kind of beatdowns in Golden State. The team made a lot of moves in the offseason to try and avoid that again this year.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. So he gets them both. There's 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Mason against Clarkson. He kicks it to Randall. Here's Zubac. Tries yet again. He takes it up and lays it in. Zubac has got his second basket of the night.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Hart.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Gets it to go. That one good from Papagiannis.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Hart. He's got 14. At the elbow, Randall. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Papagiannis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Mason against Clarkson. Mason the pass to Jackson. Three-pointer. Mason misses. Now here's Randall. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And we've reached the end of the third. Kings lead by 9. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Stay aggressive, keep them moving. Don't let them stand and get set up and steam up.
And that's Dave Yeager laying out the key points for his team over this next stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he really wants the ball and his guys to remain in constant motion. Keep the defense on defense.
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Randall. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Hart in at the 2. Here's Clarkson. Skal Labissiere picking up that last basket. Over Mason. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Sacramento leading by 11. Now Mason. Outside Randolph. The feed to Bogdanovich. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Kings. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Randolph. And it's Carter in for Jackson. And then for the Lakers, Nance comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Hart. And he makes both free throws. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 13-point game. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Passes to Zubac. Back to Caldwell Pope. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Well, the scrawny strength, the skinny strength of Caldwell Pope catches defenders by surprise. So good at getting fouled and still finding a way to bury the shot.
One shot, mind the lanes.
And one of the more surprising moves this past offseason was when the Pistons let KCP go. 2 sides couldn't see eye to eye on a contract, and eventually they let him be an unrestricted free agent.
Now here's Labissiere. Pass to Mason.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Now the dish to Clarkson. Pass to Kuzma. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. There's the screen. And Nance kicks to Caldwell Pope. Out to Nance. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 2. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jump.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
I love that decision-making right there. Great pass ahead to set the score up.
Sacramento leading by 9. Mason kicks to Bogdanovich. Shot's good from Mason.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, look, when you're giving up that type of height, you use your quickness. It's just that simple. And it's also a matter of skill.
Now, here's Clarkson. And the pass to Kuzma. Zubac kicks to Caldwell Pope. Another miss by Caldwell Pope. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And it's Carter missing.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time. That's a tough size matchup there. And he takes advantage of it from mid-range.
So it's Sacramento now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Mason kicks to Labissiere. He feeds it to Mason. Back to Labissiere. Inside. Here's Cauley Stein. Sinks that one from the post. And the Kings lead by 11.
And it's important for Cauley Stein's confidence that he gets these interior shots to fall. The more he sees the ball go in, the more assured he will feel down inside.
Here's Kuzma. Dishes it to Clarkson. Goes up off the pick, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
You see the poise developing in Clarkson. He makes a nice choice in the pick and roll.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Jordan Clarkson, a scoring combo guard out of the University of Missouri. He was taken with the 46th pick back in 2014. He's made some noise early in his career with the Lakers.
Some changes for Sacramento. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Fox in for Mason. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen to Dave Yeager's huddle with his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Evan?
Thank you, David. The Lakers on D. They trail by 9 points. Hield with the bucket. And after Clarkson's breakout rookie season, he was viewed as a key player for the Lakers.
Well, the talent is certainly there. A good athlete who can score the ball. For him, though, it's all about focusing on both ends of the floor.
Now, here's Ball. Caldwell Pope right side. Offensive rebound. Lopez. And he uses the glass on the layup.
After going scoreless in the first half, he has found his shot in the second.
Sacramento leading by 10. Fox kicks to Labissiere. Lays it up off the glass.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Feeds to Nance. Here's Lopez. Cauley Stein grabs the board. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Kicks it to Fox. Lets the 3 fly. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in.
And how clever is this guy? I mean, just no fear going with the soft, high-arcing floater.
Labissiere in the corner. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Chris, if you were on the rules committee, what rule change would you like to see the NBA make going forward?
Kevin, there's not a rule I necessarily have changed, but I'd ask them to kind of reinterpret a couple of rules, and that goes with the flagrant foul. I often see so many plays that are just hard fouls called as flagrant fouls, and that can affect not only a player and later on, whether it's a flagrant 2, but it can affect the game. It can affect the next game by how it's interpreted by a player being kicked out because of that. And so I just want to take the sensitivity or put the toughness back into that. So many flagrant fouls are called and they're not going at the head, or they're chopping down on the wrist. And I just like to see it get back to be interpreted as it was a little while ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago.
And here is Cauley Stein after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. And the foul called on Skal Labissiere. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lakers trail by 11. Ball dishes to Ingram. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better in the second half. They've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help.
Here's Fox. They set the screen. At the top of the key, Labissiere. He dishes it to Fox. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hield can't hit.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
He hasn't been his best this quarter.
Sacramento leading by 11. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Brook Lopez.
Well, everybody knows he's a talented guard. He's a deadly scorer. He can get hot in a hurry.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He's off on the second. Lakers trail by 12. Ingram passes to Nance. He kicks the ball. 16 feet away, and Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, he played very poorly in the first half, but during the second half, he's feeling it. He's really flipped the on switch and owned it.
Cauley Stein kicks to Fox. Nice touch on the shot from close range. And the Kings lead by 12.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Now the feed to Ingram. Lopez, a screen on Carter. Floats one up. Lopez. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Cauley Stein, a screen. Hield dishes to Fox. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip. Here's Ball. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Inside, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Labissiere. Now, here's Fox. Defense right on him. Here's Cauley Stein. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got 4 rebounds in this game. The wide open look here for Lopez. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Fox passes to Cauley Stein. Lopez with the steal. And in transition, it's Ingram. Here we go. He gets that one. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
Ingram's length and activity paying off. Great transition defense to offense.
Fox kicks to Labissiere. Passes to Fox. They set the pick. And this year, dishes to Cauley Stein. Now here's Ingram, defended by Carter. And it's ball in the corner. Offline with his three.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Carter, just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Two shots.
That's good from Carter. Zach Randolph is checked in for the Kings. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Randall's checked in. Carter hits them both. Lakers trail by 12. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Willie Cauley-Stein.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Here's ball at the elbow, Randall. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Here's Lopez with the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. 6 points for Julius Randle.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Fox kicks to Randolph. Cauley-Stein a screen. Just 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Hield. Again, Hield missing.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Randall with the bucket.
Oh, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Randolph passes to Hield. Banked in off the glass. Hield's got 19 points.
Well, Hield is very efficient, an incredibly versatile, talented player. Lights out score.
Fox with the steal. Three-pointer. Again, Hield missing.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
For 3, Caldwell Pope. Sacramento grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pass to Hield. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. On up the court. Another miss by Caldwell Pope.
Well, look, his teammates are going to stop giving him the ball if he keeps taking shots like that.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Sacramento.
On a given night, 1 or 2 guys might have the off night from the line, but today the team did a much better job with their free throws.
They did lose focus, and it made a difference.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the more valuable highlights of the game was the great night it turned out to be for Willie Cauley-Stein.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
Here's Fox, uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Kings lead by 10.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
And the Lakers have possession. Hart, no good.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
Shoots from 12. It's hauled in by Zubac. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
In the corner, it's Clarkson. Hands it from downtown.
This is what Clarkson is capable of. Certain nights where he carries you with his scoring.
So it's Sacramento picking up the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Zach Randolph. Tebow, what was the biggest difference tonight?
We just came out. We was more physical this game, and we came out with being aggressive, and that's what we had to do. We got stops and being aggressive, and everybody contributed tonight. It was a team win.
Physical is who you guys are, Zach. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.